What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our SEC football channel. In the SEC, South Carolina hosts Charleston Southern. The game is at noon Eastern Time on the SEC Network. Big story here is Ryan Hilinski, true freshman at quarterback, with Jake Bentley going down with the injury. I was really impressed with Ryan Hilinski in the spring game as a true freshman. I really like his arm and his ability to get the ball out quick. I think this offense will move and be fine. Again, it's Charleston Southern, so you don't expect too many issues. But they have a 99.3% chance of winning this game, and I think they will win. But 40.5 points is a lot. I don't know that they cover that. Clemson hosts Texas A&M in a huge showdown, SEC versus ACC. Texas A&M almost pulled off the upset last year. Clemson's favored pretty big, though, this year. 17.5-point favorites. FBI likes them at 87.5%. The game will be on ABC, 3:30 Eastern Time. Trevor Lawrence needs to play better than he did last week. We'll see what that Texas A&M team defense can do. Tough place to play. I do like Clemson, but it might be a little bit closer than 17 points. West Virginia going on the road to face Missouri. This should be a really good football game. Missouri coming off a really tough loss. West Virginia, a lot of question marks about how good this team's going to be this year. Missouri's favored pretty big in this game. They're favored by 14 points. That is a pretty high number. I would not have thought they'd be favored by that much. FBI also likes them pretty big, 81.4% chance to win this game. This is a team coming off a loss in Nevada, so I don't know if I necessarily agree with them being that big of a favorite in this one. I think it's going to be a close game, probably a one-possession game. Which way will it go? Of course, that's the big question, but I think it will be a great one to watch. Should be a pretty high-scoring game as well, and one that is a lot of fun to watch. LSU at Texas. This is it is the biggest game of week 2. College Game Day is going to be there. The game is on ABC prime time. LSU is favored by 6 points. FBI also likes LSU. They've got them at an 80% chance to win this game. The FBI thinks LSU is going to win easily. That is very surprising to see that number that high. Texas with some injuries to some running backs, that could be an issue for them. I like LSU in this game. I probably will do a full preview and prediction on this game and give you an exact prediction. But I think LSU is probably going to be able to go on the road and win this game. I think it'll be close. But I think just looking at both sides of the ball, LSU is just too talented. I think the offense is a little bit underrated. Joe Burrow looked really good last week. And LSU has a significant advantage. They are significantly better on defense compared to Texas' defense. At least that's my early impression. Again, we haven't seen these teams really be tested, so I think LSU is the better team. But playing on the road, it's going to be tough, and I think Texas is capable of pulling off an upset. Remember, they did it to Georgia last year in the Sugar Bowl, so it could happen again, and I think it will be a great game to watch. Really looking forward to seeing what happens in this one. Vanderbilt at Purdue, noon Eastern Time on the Big Ten Network. Purdue favored by 7 points in this game, 54.9% chance to win according to the FBI. This is a Purdue team, though, that just lost in Nevada. I think this game could go either way. It's very tough to make a call on this one. Vanderbilt, I think, is going to surprise some people with their offense, especially going up against that Purdue defense. So I think it's going to be a shootout, a great game that could come down to who has the ball last. Now, Mississippi State favored by 17 points against Southern Miss. Another game that I don't know that Mississippi State covers. Southern Miss is a good football team. Louisiana hung around with the Bulldogs last week, so this game could be a little bit closer than that. 3:30 Eastern Time, ESPNU. FBI, again, likes Mississippi State as well at 90.2%. But watch for Southern Miss to hang around in this game. Not saying they're going to win it, but I think they might hang around and take them into the fourth quarter. New Mexico State at Alabama, SEC Network, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Check this out. Vegas has Alabama favored by 55.5 points. That is a huge, huge line. Yes, Alabama is probably more than capable of beating them by that, but they usually take the starters out. They don't run up the score in the second half, so that is a huge number. And if they pull that off, that would be pretty impressive, especially if they're playing backups the whole second half. Alabama has a 99.9% chance to win according to the FBI, and it's almost the same story here with Georgia. Bulldogs favored by 50 against Murray State. FBI has them at 99.8%, so a little bit better chance for Alabama than Georgia. We're talking about 99.9 or 99.8%. Either way, both of these teams should win easily. which team's going to score more points, Georgia or Alabama? That's the question there, because they're both going to score a lot, more than likely. BYU at Tennessee. Tennessee coming off that embarrassing loss to Georgia State. They're favored here against BYU, 3-point favorites, a 72.9% chance according to the FBI. That's actually a little bit surprising. Again, this team just lost to Georgia State, a team that won 2 games last year. BYU was competitive with Utah throughout most of the game. I know Utah kind of pulled away there in the second half, but this is going to be a close game either way. Tennessee has got to bring a lot of energy in this game. They cannot come out flat like they did last week. If they do that, I think they have a chance to win it. Tulane at Auburn. Auburn favored only by 18 points in this game. Tulane's pretty good. FBI does like Auburn pretty big, 92.4% chance of winning. So I expect the Tigers to get it done. But this is one of those games coming off a big win against Oregon. You don't want to come out slow, let Tulane hang around, then all of a sudden you've got a one-possession game in the fourth quarter. And I've seen that happen many times in the past with this Auburn team. So watch for that. We've got UT Martin at Florida. Vegas likes Florida big, 42.5% chance to win this game. Or they're favored by 42.5 points, 99.3% chance to win the game according to the FBI. This game's on ESPNU, 7:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Central Time. Really a good opportunity for Felipe Franks and that offense to get some rhythm, get going after the slow start against Miami, and then they'll get into conference play hopefully with some confidence. Kentucky hosts Eastern Michigan. This could be an interesting game. How about Kentucky opening up with 2 MAC teams? This game's at 7:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Central Time on the SEC Network. Eastern Michigan is a program, a team that has had some solid defenses in the past. This could be pretty low scoring, though Kentucky again is favored big, 14.5. Should not lose this game. FBI has them at 92.3%, so they really like Kentucky. They don't expect this game to really be close at all. We do have a conference game in the SEC. It's Arkansas at Ole Miss. Tough to figure out what's going to happen in this one. Ole Miss is favored by 6.5 points. The FBI also likes Ole Miss. 80.2% chance to win this game, but don't sleep on Arkansas. This is a team that had a little bit of a rough start against Portland State, but I think they bounced back and put a good performance together, and I think this will be a close game, one of those games that comes down to the fourth quarter. It should be a good one in prime time on the SEC Network.